Hi, let's quickly understand the format and the concept of what a profit and loss account is. Once a trading account is prepared, the second part of trading account is profit and loss account. Hence, we use both the terms together, that is trading and profit and loss account. Trading includes all those direct expenses and direct incomes, while profit and loss account includes all those indirect expenses and in the indirect income. Trading also includes opening stock, closing stock, sales and purchase, while profit and loss account does not have any of it. It only has indirect income and direct income. And it is very essential for a businessman to know the true profit, that is after expensive non-operative thing, after making expenses in non-operative thing. Right here you can see. So this is the transferred amount, that is gross loss. That is, suppose this is a trading account, gross loss right here, gross profit right here, opening stock, closing stock, sales, purchase, direct expenses, and this is GP, that is gross profit. This is GL, that is gross loss. The second comes profit and loss account, hence gross loss is transferred here, gross profit is transferred here. Okay, only one can come, right? And the other things that is it has is the indirect expenses. These are on the debit side because debit all the expenses and credit all the gains and income, that is discount received, commission received, dividend, interest received, rent from tenant, interest from bank, interest on drawings. So one can only imagine it varies from business to business. Like if it is an investment company, profit on sale of investment will be a direct income, but one can only imagine and assume as per the companies. And these are the indirect expenses like salary of the staff of the office, that is not directly used for the production, office lighting, heating, printing and stationery at office, bank charges, insurance of office, telephone, legal expenses. Yeah, there are more fields in it, I'll show you right here. Wow, so many. And two repairs, postage stamps, trade expenses that we entered in direct expenses, it should be indirect expense looks like, hence we made a wrong entry or something. But then yeah, it totally depends on assumption. We have assumed that trade expenses were directly related to our mini size TV. Now what can you do? Charities, donation, audit fees, provisions are here in the indirect income, provision for discontinuation on creditors. Okay, wow. Bad debt recovered is also indirect income, profit on sale of asset. This is also indirect income because buying and selling asset is not our job. Profit on sale of investment, rent from tenant. Yeah. And this is the final figure. If this side is more than this side, to balance this side, we have to enter one figure here. Suppose this side is 10 and this is 8. Hence, the 2 will be net loss. And suppose this side is 10. Oops, let me do something much more innovative. Suppose this side is 810 and this side is only 710. Then to balance this, 100 of net profit. Let's see if it shows net profit or not. Okay, so lots of indirect expenses examples are given right here, that is depreciation. We'll learn about depreciation soon. Directors fees, bank charges, interest on loan, discount, sales tax, advertisement, bad debts. We'll learn about bad debts too. And yeah, what else? So these are basically the examples of what an indirect expense are. And delivery van, sales tax, advertisement, bad debts, agency commission, traveling expenses, free samples distributed, warehouse expense, packaging, brokerage, You might not use each one of them, but yeah. Entertainment expense, loss on sale of fixed asset, right here. Repairs of asset, we'll learn about capital repairs and revenue repairs. That is, this looks like revenue repairs. Okay. Conveyance loss by fire right here, and net profit. Just like I explained you, if this amount is more and if this amount is, if this side is more and it is not fulfilling the balance, hence we need to create net profit account, and this will be the profit. That is all the income left after deducting all the expenses. Now let's move on to tally and let's check how is it presented in our tally. So right here I have the tally window. Alt W, select company. Which company do we want to go into? Beyond Milky Way. My password is space. Username is also space. Go to profit and loss account. Enter. Alt F1. This one was the trading account, and starting from this one right here is the, this one right here is the profit and loss account. So gross profit is transferred here, that is same amount is carried. And let me do one thing, let me close it so that it's more clear to you. How do I close each individually and how do I open each individually? That is shift plus enter, shift plus enter. Yeah, so now you can only see the profit and loss account, this right here. Gross profit came down, that is 13,91,000 only from the operating activities, and this is indirect income, commission and dividend that we made entries due to cash and bank ledger, and these are the indirect expenses. We don't have depreciation and bad debts. Let's see if we can accommodate them. Yeah, as the total of this is less than the total of this, so this is 3,70,000 and this is how much? Can I get that amount? Nope. Yeah, this is 8,24,000 and this is 13 lakh plus 3 lakh, which comes to 13 1390 plus 370, 1760. Okay, yeah, right here. Oops, 1760. 1761 697, hence 1761 697 minus 824 equal to net profit. Hence currently the net profit of the company is 937 697. That is, this much amount is left after we have sold these goods, and after we have made these direct expenses, after we have made these indirect expenses, and after we have earned these indirect income. So right here in the resource file I have for you the complete sets of examples that are possible for any indirect expenses. Yeah, so you can take a look at them, but this is basically a common sense only. So I'll see you in the next lecture and we'll move forward. Okay, before moving forward, I want to show you this glimpse of a reporting standard of P&L account. This is trading also. Now the reporting standard is different than the blueprint that we create. And why is it so? Because the law has decided so. Now who can question the law? Revenues include indirect incomes and direct incomes, that is from the sales and commission and dividend. Operating cost and expense, like the one you can see right here, general, administrative and other, these are the expenses that are indirect. And let's see if we have something direct we can figure out. on lease and corporate housing direct. Yeah, it says right here direct. So basically this is the format, and if you want to go and see this format in our tally, I have already shown you how to check it out. Schedule 6, and yeah, right here comparative year 1920 and 1819, revenue from operations, what it all has. You can alt F1 for detailed. Sale of products, okay. Interest, other financial services, ungrouped. Revenue from operation. What is it? Is it this one? Okay. Other income right here. You can see this other income should be of dividend and which one? This other income should be of dividend and commission. So to open it, to expand it, you have to press Shift plus Enter, or you can just press Alt plus F1 for detailed of every this bold letter type font. Interest income, yeah, right here. Okay, so it is also segregating this variously. Other non-operating income. This is revenue from operations that are which are current operations that we are into, and this is non-operating income. Enter it. Yeah, you can see right here commission and dividend. And let's see cost of materials consumed. This is the purchase, which is very obvious with the name. Purchase of stock in trade, we don't have anything. We do have, but yeah, purchase. Purchase of stock in trade, that is the purchase account, that is obvious with the name. Change in inventories, let's see what it has. Okay, so yeah, this right here says, okay, so this is the calculation of closing stock. Values are based on go down wise. To change, control P. No. Employee benefit expense, suppose you enter the salaries or salary and wages, you can see right here. Provident fund, employee stock option plans, employee stock purchase plan, staff welfare expenses. Finance cost is the interest that is paid to the banks for the loan, or the interest that is paid to the relatives or to anyone that is unsecured. Yeah, basically interest. Depreciation is shown separately, and everything else is shown right here. That is the other expense. If you expand it, Shift plus Enter to expand. Ungrouped expenses, we have not defined groups of any of these expenses. You can if you want to. Yeah, oops, back to schedule 6. Where were we? Yeah, total expenses, profit before exceptional and extraordinary items. What are exceptional and extraordinary items? Which are exceptional and extraordinary in nature, that is like loss by fire, and yeah, loss by fire, loss by any natural disaster, loss by any person, or if any if any goods are stolen, that is an extraordinary item which is not supposed to be happen in ordinary nature. These are the tax expenses, that is the current tax that we have to pay. As per the profits, it will be reduced, and there will be profit before tax and there will be profit after tax, that is PBT and PAT, profit and loss from discontinuing operation. And the total profit is then divided between the all the equity shareholders. Suppose there are 1 lakh equity shareholders of Beyond Milky Way, then 9,37,000 should be divided by 1 lakh, which comes to 9.37 rupees. So every shareholder has earned a profit of 9.37 rupees per share. Additional information, yeah, we don't want this information. Yes, so yeah, see you in the next lecture. We'll be following that format only. This is the original blueprint, and this is mostly used to create this monster right here. Okay, good day, see you.